Good afternoon. It's Vanessa Simpkins here. Welcome to our live stream video. We're just about to get started, and I want to share with you the 5 major threats that I see now to the coaching industry, and I want to help you guys avoid these threats and really, skyrocket your confidence and your cash flow. So give me just a moment. Let me know, drop an emoji, something fun in the chat box if you're watching us on Facebook, or if you're watching us live on YouTube, or if you're catching us on Periscope. Let me know that you can all hear me and see me. Drop a fun comment or an emoji or a thumbs up or a heart or a like or a something to let me know that all this amazing technology is working. And let's dig in. The 5 biggest threats that I see now in the coaching industry and how to avoid them. Looks like we're all geared up and ready. My name is Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. If you are new to this work, if you're new to this group or this page and you yet to, you're wondering like, what the heck is this all about? I've been in business for 8 years teaching new coaches how to create their first coaching sale. How to create a portable, profitable online business that you can take around the world with you as you travel. I'm a Canadian who traded in her red shovel for a red bikini and moved from Canada to the paradise island of Kauai, Hawaii. I'm wearing my Get Salty hat today. And I'm the author of these 2 books, Take Your Power Back Now, bestseller. And my first book, From Bankrupt to Making $900 a Day Selling Mops. That is a true story. I did go bankrupt over 8 years ago, 2006. That's a long time ago. That's like 12 years ago. Is that right? 12 years ago. And perhaps like many of you who are, trying to get everything together to really launch your online coaching business, you don't know kind of how all the pieces fit together. So I really struggled when I was launching my business. Thankfully, I didn't give up. And we have an amazing 8-week boot camp. It's like a strap your tits on and get to work, high touch point program where we take our clients through figuring out their signature program, who they are, what their audience is, what are the problems that you solve for profit, how to make offers, how to create your online footprint, your tribe, how to get your first clients, your first $3,000, $5,000 coaching clients. And the program that we are super stoked about offering is called the 10K in 30 Day Program.com. And you can find out all about it on my website, scrolling down here at the bottom of this video. But that's enough about me. I cannot wait to share with you guys the 5 biggest threats. So I want to just poke around here and make sure before we jump right in that you guys can all see me and all this amazing technology is working well. And then let's dig in. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure that everyone can see me and that this is working. I love it when technology works. Okay, awesome. It's working. Okay, great. All right. It is working. It is working. Okay, so the first biggest threat to your coaching business is what I call the Lone Ranger. Okay, the Lone Ranger. This is you if you're trying to figure this out all on your own. You don't have support, right? A lot of new entrepreneurs, a lot of new coaches are also new entrepreneurs. And they mistake how much momentum they're going to need to carry them over all of the internal resistance and the fears, right, that come with building an online coaching business. And so the biggest problem, one of the biggest threats, is that you're not taking action because you don't have clarity. You don't know really what to call yourself or what to call your program or how much to charge or if it even sounds good or really how do I get people, I know I'm good at what I'm doing, but how do I actually get people into a sales conversation with me? So without, trying to do this all by yourself is a major threat to your success. And we see just how our clients blossom by being with other people that are really going for it, that believe in what they're doing. It's kind of like this birds of a feather flock together. So if you're out there and you're buying programs and you're reading books and maybe you're going to networking events, but you're all by yourself, you're in the Lone Ranger camp, you really want to get into a mastermind. I think masterminds are the best way to get this kind of belief in yourself, network with other people who are doing it just like you, who believe in what you're doing, who are not going to tear you down, who are not going to try and keep you safe, but they're going to kind of be like your soul sisters, right? They're going to cheer you on. They're going to be your cheerleaders. You need that. I see that, with our clients. We had to build them a whole graduates group because they made such awesome friendships. And I know that's the truth for myself. After being in several different masterminds throughout the years, I've made, friendships that will last a lifetime from that caliber, that quality of friend, right? And so don't do it by yourself. That's the biggest threat. Get support, get accountability. I suggest you join a mastermind. It doesn't have to be mine. It could be anybody's, but get in a mastermind program so that you get clarity, right? And people can help you stretch and they can point you in the right direction, because without that clarity, there's no action. You don't move, you don't grow, right? You kind of just bumble around and you keep busy, but you're not actually busy doing the right things, and you don't get any progress. And then you start to doubt yourself. Very dangerous. Don't do that. Next, second most dangerous threat is being overwhelmed by technology. I get it. There's so many new things. Nobody told you that being a coach meant that you were subscribing to be an online marketer. And every guru in the world is telling you to write a book, start your YouTube channel, get on Instagram, Pinterest. Oh, you gotta build an email list, get a webinar. And there's so much noise out there. That's one issue. And the other issue is there's a lot of learning involved. Most of our clients are in their 40s or 50s. Some of them are in their 60s, and wealth of knowledge, amazing, amazing women, talented women. And there's such a huge learning curve on the technology part. All right. I'm a Capricorn. I like to, get to the top of the mountain as fast as time possible. And the way that we mentor and train our clients here is really just in the next 3 steps. To what? To making sales. So what do you really need, in order to do that? What's the simplest, most direct path to do that? And we teach our clients a very simple method. It doesn't involve a website, doesn't involve a big email list. You don't have to be a fancy pants guru. We teach you how to create, confidence and cash flow with our 10K in 30-day blueprint. All right. And I'm a firm believer that you should be learning technology, but not all at once. Right? And just in the next 3 steps to get a win and a result, and then your confidence grows, and then the next 3 steps. So you need a plan, and make sure that your plan is not so overwhelming with the technology that you're frozen like a deer in the headlights. And you need to get on board with the technology. You do. If you want to have an online business, it's learning technology is part of the deal, right? So that being said, I'm still learning. I'm 10 years into this thing. I'm still learning all the time. Now I'm learning mostly about leadership, right? The Take Your Power Back Now had a record-breaking month last month, over $200,000 in sales. And now I'm managing, a team of 20 people. It's a completely different ball game. And I'm still learning, okay? So lean in. Don't get overwhelmed by technology, continuous learning, but make sure that you have a plan so that you're not, trying to learn it all at once, but you're really following a system and step by step that you're getting a result. That's, a huge threat to the coaching industry. No one told you that being a coach is going to require all this technology, websites, online marketing, videos, right? Let's see what you really actually need in order to get started. Third biggest threat The death of online courses. That's what I call the death of online courses. I'm going to take a sip of tea. And let me know if you guys are tuning in. What's up? Paula's in the house. Hey, Paula. Let me know if you're joining us. If you can hear me and see me, drop an emoji. Let me know. Drop your name in the chat box so I can say hello. The death of online courses. Okay, so here's the deal. And again, I've been in this business now for 8 to 10 years. This is the only thing I've ever done. It's not like I have a side job somewhere else. And part of being in this industry over the last decade has allowed me to like look at trends. And, you know, a decade ago, everybody was making a $200 online course and, oh, make this passive income with a $37 ebook, and on and on and on it went. And it was new back then and it was great. And what's happened over the last 10 years is that the coaching industry has a bit of a got a bit of a rub. It got kind of a bad rap because so many people started these online courses. You know, like you get a membership site with a password and you log in and you watch a bunch of content. How many of you guys have programs like that on your computer that you have never finished? Okay, I'm going to raise my hand because I am classic like this. I buy it. It's a great idea. There's no accountability. There's no real coaching in there. So you don't really have anybody holding you accountable, giving you ideas, and you're stuck there wondering, well, how does this apply to me? How does it, you come up against a question, no one's there to answer it, to help you, and you're like, and you give up and you walk away, or you get distracted by something else. How many times that happened to you? So again, there's no real transformation, and there's actually no real profit either. So coaching's gotten a bad rap because everyone's launching these programs. It's high intense technology. Most people just give up. They quit. They're like, I can't handle it. Or they're just really not in the right space to be building that kind of foundation. A lot of the women that we work with, they don't know who their ideal clients are yet. They don't really have a program, you know. They've never really charged for their services, or they've charged, one-off, $100 here and there. And so it's not a time to be building that complicated foundation. Okay, it's not. You need clarity first. The other problem is that, and this is how we started. I spend over $800,000 now on Facebook ads happily because it's gotten us a profit. But in the beginning, when I was trying to figure this whole game out, how does the online world work, passive income, launching Facebook ads, I lit 30 grand on fire. There it goes. And we started, we were selling these $100 a month membership sites, and none of that worked. And as a matter of fact, the profit margin that you're going to get on that is so small because you have to pay for advertising, or you're going to have to spend all your time chasing affiliates. And again, nobody really wants those programs anymore because they don't really get the transformation. And unless you're somebody like Brene Brown or Deepak Chopra with like 500 million subscribers, which most coaches don't have, right? Because you're new. How are you going to drive traffic to that offer? And then you've got to have a great sales page. You've got to have stuff really dialed in. All right. So death of online courses. Don't do that. Don't get caught up in this. Oh, I'm going to do an online course and make passive income. Number one, nobody really wants it. Number two, there's no profit there. Number three, there's no real transformation that happens. Your clients are still stuck wondering, how does this apply to me? If they even finish the program. Now, the solution to this is to create a high touch point, one-on-one coaching program, right? Where you're working directly with your clients. You can sell it for $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. In the beginning, your time is the most valuable thing that you have. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have. All right. And that's what you should be selling. We teach our clients, get your first 3 clients in the door, 3 to 5 clients, get some clarity, get paid while you're learning, what problems you solve for profit, how to talk about that, how to sell that, work on your inner game so you can confidently charge thousands of dollars. And then, in that doing comes the clarity. And then you can create systems and websites and email lists and webinars and fancy pants, leverage and scaling webinars and all that stuff. Masterminds. I've been running masterminds now for, since 2012. my first group program. 2012, 2010, when my first book came out. A while ago. I've made every mistake there is to make. And so, you want to make sure you're taking the right action at the right time for where you are. A lot of coaches, they go and they see this big, bright, shiny thing and they go, I'm going to do that. And they start from like way down there and they overwhelm themselves. So don't do that, right? Don't start off, with a high technical, course. If technology, overwhelms you and freaks you out, you're going to fail at that. That will, you'll be doomed. And don't create these like $200 programs and expect to get rich. Nobody wants them, and it's going to cost you that to, to make a sale. So think about it this way. If you could make 3 sales a month at $3,000, would that be a great way to get to $10,000? Okay, $3,333, right? It's a lot easier to get 3 clients at a higher price point than it is to get, 200 clients at $20 or $50. So let's keep going. Those are the top 3 threats so far: being the Lone Ranger, being overwhelmed by technology, the death of these online courses. 4th threat, the biggest threat and trend that I see affecting coaches is not having an online footprint. So that looks like, you're awesome. You're working, you have a job, you've been working for this company for so many years, and you give them your blood, sweat, and tears, all your glory. And, outside of that company, this is where you've sharpened all your skills. And, I sold mops for a company for 4 years. That's how I sharpened my entrepreneur skills. I did live product demonstrations and sold mops and lint removers on stages, and they paid me on commission. Some days I became like the top in the company. And some days I'd make $1,000 commission. And it was a great way to practice being, being accountable and showing up and marketing every day and languaging and working on commission, right? As an entrepreneur, you're not clocking in and clocking out, right? You've got to really focus in and dial in on the things you need to be doing to be visible, deliver value, make offers every single day. That's the main focus. So, not having an online footprint means that, how are people going to know, like, and trust you to buy your coaching services if all you have maybe is like a LinkedIn profile or something, right? What happens when someone Googles your name? Now, the bad news is you could be, 40, 50, 60, 30 years old and have a ton of experience. But this kid on Instagram who's like 18 and has 200,000 subscribers is going to freaking, wipe you out. So you need to have an online platform. It doesn't have to be complicated. And we recommend getting into paid advertising. That means that, like, what would happen if would you spend $100, $200, $300 to make a $3,000 coaching sale? Yeah, your answer should be yes, absolutely. I would do that. I would do that all day long, right? Coaching in itself is a very high profit. It's a highly profitable industry, and it's booming right now because women are taking over the world. Sorry guys, we really are. We've found our groove, right? We burned our bras in the 70s, and now we're strapping our tits on and getting to work, and we're taking over the world. I really do believe it. So there's never been a better time. Women around the world are waking up. We're spending most of the money in the households. We're making a lot more money. And just think of all the women out there who need support and help and guidance on a plethora of things: how to raise kids, how to lose weight, technology, online technology. There are tons of things that you could, offer your assistance and guidance for at a high price point. So coaching is booming, and what do you really have to pay for? Like what? I'm in my house right now. This is my home office. I don't have to drive to work. There's no gas. You need an iPhone, a computer, the internet, and away you go. All right. So high profit. And the problem is, if you're not using paid advertising, again, like when I got started using Facebook ads, it cost us $30,000. So there's every social platform: Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, even Facebook, Google. They all have an ads platform where you can pay money and the advertiser will promote to whoever's on that social channel your message. All right. Now there's 10,000 ways to get to waste a lot of money doing that if you don't have the right system. And trying to understand how an ad platform works is kind of like learning a new language. And guess what? Every platform has another language. Most coaches don't have the financial backing or wherewithal to hire a real expert. You know, it's going to cost you anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to work with somebody who knows what they're actually doing. And again, this is why I'm so adamant that our 10K in 30-day program.com is really the best program for new coaches, because you get to work with our Facebook ads experts. You get to work with my videographer and my copywriters and the people who, are really working on Vanessa Simpkins and Take Your Power Back Now. This whole women's empowerment company. Imagine if you had access to them. Imagine if you were like, I don't know how to do this ad. Oh, this thing's not working. And someone would be able to come in and say, oh, click, 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 click. Here you go. Boom. And off you get. It's how much time and money would that save you? So get into paid advertising and get some help around it, because if you don't, you'll be left in the dust. The 20-year-old with the 200,000, Instagram subscribers will not get the game. And again, you want to make sure that you're not trying to do this all by yourself, because it can be really confusing and cost a lot of money. It's a great way to burn money. Get it right though, and you have, unlimited access to clients all over the world. We have clients from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, the US, New Zealand. We've got clients from all around the world. So paid advertising is really something you need to get into here in 2018. And finally, the fifth biggest threat to your coaching business is your own ego. Yeah, your own ego. Let me know if you guys have any questions here. Leslie's in the house. Shelly Nash. Hey there. I was on Sonora Living Live this morning. Thank goodness I finished the CD that I did as a result of working with you. Thank you. What's up, Shelly? Shelly Nash was actually one of my clients. She came through the 10K and 30-day program. I'm so stoked that you got on national, you got on television. Isn't Sonora Living Live? I was on there as well. Where was that again? What state was that in? Was that in Phoenix? Let me know if you have any questions for me about anything that I've covered here. And let me know if you have any other questions. I'm happy to answer them, of course. I'm going to tune in here and see if I can catch any questions while I'm doing this. And that was such a nice thing to see. I'm so pleased with you, Shelly. Congratulations. I love that you have got your CD together and all this clarity, and you got picked up by a television station. What's the recipe for cash flow? Be visible, deliver value, make offers to people who can say yes. All right, so the fifth biggest threat is your own ego. And, nobody thinks when they become a coach that they're going to have, any problems. And then all of a sudden they find themselves in this learning without ever earning mode, where they're doing a course after a course after a course, and they think, oh, I'll just take another course and then people will start hiring me. But what they don't realize is that it's not like selling an iPhone, okay, or this pen out here. What you're selling is you, yourself, and you, right? So you're selling your own services. It's highly, it's highly attached to you. And so, you may not know this, but your concepts of yourself. You want to start making $10,000 a month, or you want to change careers altogether and become a coach. You're going to have to create new concepts of yourself as a business owner, as a leader, as a highly successful, as a trustworthy person. A lot of our clients, I work with mindset all day long, right? And your ego actually it's not helping you, okay? It's trying to protect you with fear. Fear of what? Fear of death, fear of failure, same thing to the ego. And, think about this. All of your goals, whether you want to get to $10, $20, $200,000 a month here like we're doing, every step of the game required a new version of me. A very different version of me. And so your goals, all of your financial goals, it requires all of that lives outside your comfort zone. It's a huge stretch to get there. And just because you take a course doesn't mean that you're looking inside your mind and finding the gremlins or limiting beliefs and turning those around, creating new concepts, new beliefs about yourself. So who do you have on your team who do you have, helping you stretch you? Because every time you go to stretch and get a bigger version of yourself, your ego's going to kick up a fight. You're going to have huge internal resistance, right? Oh, can I do it? No, Uncle Harry, last time he started a business, he lost everything, and then he went bankrupt, and then he got hit by a car, and then God came down and flashed a thing, and we were bombarded by all of these previous stories, ideas, your mother, your father, your brother, your cousin, your teacher in 5th grade, the neighbor next door, constantly bombarding you with limitations, protecting you. They don't want you to fail, don't want you to take risks, but then you don't get to win either. So who's stretching you? What is your plan to, get outside your comfort zone, work on your mindset, work on those beliefs? Because you will not make sales unless you work on those concepts. I want to share with you guys a little story. And again, if you guys have any questions, pop them in here below. I got started in coaching, actually. I am the daughter of a famous artist. My father's name is Ron Simpkins. And my grandfather's a famous artist. And his 2 brothers. So there's Henry, Jim, and Tom, and my dad. They're all dead. When my father was alive, I started out in sales selling his paintings, okay? And so a lot of artists are also like coaches, service providers, where you're selling this extension of you, right? Your service or your painting, your creation. It's not like an iPhone. It's not like a mop, okay? It's this extension of you. And so, your worthiness, your deservingness, that's really going to come into play. And my dad was, God bless his soul, he just wanted to run around out there, connect with nature, be in beauty, and paint white fluffy clouds, okay? And he would almost give his artwork away. Like he really was not like the salesperson at all. And he didn't have great self-worth. He didn't. He was a phenomenal, talented, brilliant artist, like so many entrepreneurs and coaches are, but his self-worth was just sucked. So I got into, helping my father sell his paintings, and he had so much internal resistance around it that he would actually have almost a panic attack before he would sign his paintings. So I would show up at his studio, I'd say, hey Dad, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., make sure you're shit showered, shaved, and the paintings are signed, because if it's signed, then it has to sell it, right? So all of this stuff to avoid being in this position of selling your shit. It's just like a coach, right? Oh, I'm going to work on my website. Oh, I'm going to freaking do a video. Oh, I'm going to do all this stuff. And you're so busy, and there's no money because you never risk, being rejected. You never put yourself out there to sell yourself. So this is in my early 20s. I told, hey Dad, I'm showing up at 7 o'clock in the morning, load up the truck, get in there, and when we get to the client's house, shut your mouth, sit there, look pretty, and let me do the talking. And that's how I got started in sales. And I would sell, $15,000, $25,000 worth of paintings to different collectors, very wealthy lawyers, doctors, firms. Because if I left it for my dad, he would almost give them away. And it wasn't because he wasn't talented. It's because he didn't really own his value. So really important that you're working on this, not just the courses and the strategies. It's all connected, right? Your business is this energetic expression of you and your beliefs. Work on your beliefs and the results will happen. Work on your beliefs and the action will happen that will give you the results. Work on the right beliefs that will let you take the right actions in the right order, and your results are guaranteed. So there's a little story for you guys. Tanza, what's up? I love seeing you guys here. I've missed you guys since our Confidence and Cash Flow Challenge. Yes, even though it's been a bit embarrassing to say, it's taken about 3 years to get a good foundation built and built my own self-image to go where I want to go. Shelly, yeah, well, you know what? Again, if you don't have mentorship and guidance, it can take a long time, right? So pat yourself on the back that you're there now and that you've gotten on television. That is awesome. Super, super stoked. And I love my assistant, Leslie's giving me thumbs up that she can hear me. I've got a new microphone, so I'm testing out this new microphone. Hopefully you guys can all hear me well. And with that, I don't see any other questions here. Pop in any, if you're catching this as a replay, I know that we broadcast this on like YouTube, Periscope, and all different kinds of Facebook groups and pages that we have. So if I'm not answering right now, I will get back to it. Otherwise, I'll have like get pinged by 5,000 people all at once. But drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what questions you have. And if you'd like our help, if you'd like our help to, help you reach your goals in less time, then check out our 10K in 30-day program.com. I'm going to put the website over there, 10K in 30-day program.com. What you'll see, how we take our clients through each module. What it is a high touch point mastermind where you get to work with my entire team, not just me, but you get to work with our YouTube experts, our mindset mentors. You get to work with copywriters and video experts, and we really just share with you what you need, in what order to get sales in your business, right? Because that's going to build the confidence. We teach you how to build a platform with a $5 a day Facebook ad, really simple. Teach you how to get clear on your signature system, your signature program, how to make offers. We show you how to use video. And then later on, way at the end, we show you how to build your email list, because you don't need that first, okay? With the way that social media channels are set up today, you don't even need a website, guys. You don't even need a website. One of our clients, Courtney, did $9,000 in sales, still no website. So totally doable. So we show you how to be visible, deliver value, make offers. If you want our help, go to that website, take 10kin30dayprogram.com, and check out how we have it laid up. It's going to invite you to schedule a free breakthrough session or strategy session with someone from our team. And basically, we're going to get on the phone with you and find out what is really holding you back. Is it a mindset thing? Is it a technology thing? Is it this Lone Ranger thing where you're doubting yourself all the time? Is it because you're trying to do everything all at once, not following the right plan? Is it a gremlin? Is it, I call them gremlins, these limiting beliefs? Like, what's really going on there? And then we may or may not invite you to, become one of our paying clients that we take on this month. And I say may or may not because we get sometimes 30 people a day applying. And we don't want to work with everyone, really. I'm not looking to work with everyone. I can't. I'm really picky, about who I invite to mentor with me, because this is not a cattle call coaching program with hundreds of people. All right. It's really, let me take you by your hand and let's really dive in and get clear on your marketing. And I can't do that for thousands of people. And what I'm really looking for, are people who are like, hey, Vanessa, just show me what to do and I'll do it. Boom. If that's you, apply. Because again, I don't have to test this. Our program doesn't, this has been working now for 8 years. And we have so many testimonials. We had to create a new website just to host all the videos of women saying this is the best thing that I've ever done for my business. And you can check that out. Takeyourpowerbacknow.com. Go and check out, do your homework. Go and check out the testimonials page. There's so many women. So I'm not looking to prove it to people. I'm not interested in, I'm looking for people who are going to take action, who are going to implement, because the system works. And it's proven that now for hundreds of people. Sharon Love says, what do you look for in coaches on your team? I've inspired over 2 million people on social media without a cent of advertising. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know how many millions of people I've inspired without, advertising. You can throw a book on Amazon and get people to watch it. But I'm talking about, and this is great. So Sharon, I'm so interested to find out, what your background is, but, I could say I've inspired millions of people without advertising. It's just, you go on television and you inspire millions of people. That's easy. However, with the reason why I love paid advertising is because it's not let me hope and pray or have to spend 5 years to build a platform. You can launch an ad today for $5 and start getting your message in front of people without a website, without being a big guru, without spending years and years building a platform. Now, if people want to, spend 5 years to build a platform, that's great. But most of the people who work with us don't want to do that. and they don't have to. So, love all of your comments and questions. I love everyone's interaction here. Let's just do another swoop and see if there are any more questions for me right now, and there aren't. So guys, I'm so happy that this video worked today because technology was a bit weird this morning. I absolutely adore you. Keep leaning in. Keep leaning in. Keep showing up and leaning in. You know, you got to really be careful about whose opinion you listen to, right? And if you're here watching this video for whatever synchronistic reason, source has like pinged you to either catch the replay on here or watch us live, you know, how amazing. How amazing. You know, I'm a big believer in synchronicity. So amazing that you're here. I'm so happy to you know, to connect with you, and watch whose opinion you listen to, right? Because again, opinions are like assholes and everyone's got one. So if you're going to take somebody's opinion, you know, make sure that number one, they have results in the area that you are looking to get results in. Number two, that they don't only have results for themselves, but they have a long line of results that they have helped other people get as well. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. I adore you. Again, Vanessa Simpkins here from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. Join us back again here on Friday morning. We're going to be talking about paid advertising. I'm going to bring on my Facebook Ninja Nazim to share with you guys some of the techniques that we're working on and working with our clients that are working right now today. All right, guys, I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.